For three-step linear equations, you need to remember the steps to solving equations. I tell you to set up your problem. That's when you build a balance. So 2x minus 7 equals negative 3x plus 18. Okay. Building your balance shows your brain and reminds your brain that you can clean up on the left and the right, which is the next step. But you cannot just start changing things on the left without doing the same thing on the right, because if it's going to remain equal and balanced, you got to do the same things to both sides. So cleaning up is different. Tidying up and rearranging things, like 1 plus 2 is the same as 2 plus 1. You can change that, but you can't say, I'm going to add 10 over here and like change the weight of our balance and expect it to be the same. So, step one, set up. Step two, clean up. Get your, like, do any kind of distributive property or distribution, either way, however you say it. Get your combined your like terms and stuff like that, but there's actually none of that to do over here, so we're good. And the next step is round up. So set up, clean up, round up your variables on one side or the other, because you're about to undo everything that's happening. And in order to do that, you don't want to undo stuff on both sides. Let's just get all of our x's on the left or the right, and it doesn't matter which one you do. I tell my students to move the smaller one because then we tend to avoid negatives. So add 3x to both sides. That is going to get rid of it. But remember, because it's a balance, you can't just add something to the right without adding it to the left. So I got to add 3x over here. Now I have 5x, right? 2 of something plus 3 of something is 5 of that thing. Still drop that negative 7 down, drop your equal sign down, and drop your 18 down. Now I'm at the wrap up stage where I'm just going to do the opposite of a couple things so that x is all alone. And when x is alone, that means the answer is on the other side of my balance. I'm going to do the opposite of the constants and then opposite of the coefficients. So I'm going to, instead of subtracting 7, add 7. Got to add to both sides. Boom, boom. 5x equals 25. And if it's beside it, divide it. So I'm going to divide away that 5x equals 5. Sorry that I did not move my paper as I was talking. I have been doing a very bad job of that this lesson. Okay, or all these videos that I've been recording this afternoon. Okay, so they walk you right through that. They did not ever say things like build your balance, wrap up, or round up, or anything like that. That's all Mrs. Lander's talking. Okay, so I'm gonna write out my problem. 10x minus 5 equals 6x minus 25. Build your balance. No cleanup to do. That's nice. Round up your variables on one side or the other. Get those smaller amounts moved over if you can. You get 4 x's. 10 of something minus 6 of something is 4 of that thing, right? Drop that negative 5 down and drop the negative 25 down. Time to do opposites. Wrap up, add 5 to both sides, and then we're going to divide away that 4. This is the opposite. 4x equals a negative 20. Be careful with those signs. There's a tug of war happening. Negative 25 is pulling negative. 5 is pulling positive. And the winner is negative 25 by the strength of 20. So it's going to be a negative answer, and they won by 20. 4 is beside x. So if it's beside it, divide that away. Getting rid of it, x equals a negative 5. Okay. If I have a negative divided by positive, I have a buddy system, so that when I multiply and divide, if I only have one negative sign, we're stuck with it. If he had a buddy, you would cancel out and skip off into a field of flowers, but not right now. We're stuck with them. So x equals negative 5. And always plug it back into your equation, double check, and make sure you got it. And that's it. Good luck. You guys are going to get this one. We've been working hard on these equations all year.